Hello YouTube, and welcome to David Hasselhoff's Retro Game Reviews. This week I'll be doing a really interesting review actually. I've been wanting to do it for a long while actually, and I was planning on doing this before I did the particular system it's attached to review of. I looked on YouTube and I've seen no more than about maybe 3 videos of this, so I thought it makes sense to make another one, that way people have got more videos to watch on this particular item. And it is the Game Doctor SF. It's a really interesting device actually, because you can put games in here, right? Put games in there, and you can dump your games to floppy, and then you can load from your floppy to the system. It's a great little device actually, and you can also save game states as well. When you reset the system, your particular game state is still in there, so you can dump it to a floppy. But it is a bit tricky though. Like let's say you were playing Super Mario, you have to put in the floppy, load the game to the system, and then take the floppy out and put the game in the save state. That's the only catch with it, any game that has on-cart save. And another thing is the system doesn't have any of the FX chips or any of the special hardware, but rumour has it that there were DPS cards that came in here, and what it does is in the cards has these FX chips. I mean there was one that had the Super FX chip, which meant that you could actually dump Star Fox onto a floppy, load it, and then the machine would pass through this to the special card for the extra sort of graphics power, or graphics chip, so to say. So let's do a closer look on the machine. It's an interesting unit though. I mean, I'll show you a closer look at it. I was looking on eBay and I saw it and I just thought, whoa, I have to have this. These units do not come up there very often, and I paid a small fortune for this. When I was thinking about getting it, I looked on YouTube and looking at the videos, and there wasn't many. I mean, the best video was the one done by the Swirl Man, and that was a really good little video actually. Main reason I bought it was seeing him demonstrating it, because no one else had shown one of these off. Okay. It's got its own power supply. Okay, it goes in like that. And when you're copying games, the cart goes in there. It can also act as a pass-through, but for some reason any games that use like the FX chips can't actually work, which is strange considering that if you're using a DPS cartridge it will work, which is just strange. Here's a random floppy for example, goes in here. Okay, I'll show you a more closer look at it. Okay, let's boot this bad boy up and I'll show you what the menu looks like, and I'll show you a couple of games. One is Rockman X and one is Ghouls and Ghosts. Okay, the Game Doctor SF3 menu. It's quite simple. I mean, the first bit says play, which means you can play direct off the cards. And you can load like, the RAM and the save state and blah 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 blah. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I don't really know everything. All I know is how to play games. I mean, there are 2 ways. The first one I'm going to show you is where you actually put the disc in. You can explore the disc, because you can have more than one game on a disc, and you can do it all manually. And the second way is you put the disc in and you turn the machine on and it automatically goes into boot mode. Now how you get it so it doesn't go into boot mode is I think you hold one of the trigger buttons when the machine starts up, and it goes into this menu. This menu gives you all the options from loading save states, loading from the floppies, dumping game images to floppies, and so and so. It's got a lot of cool little things, and I'll be honest with you, I have not explored them all. But this gives you an idea of what it can do. At the moment, it's loading up Rockman X. It's pretty quick, surprisingly. And when it does it, the entire game is there. I mean, there are apparently some better versions of this unit, ones that have the effects chips, and ones that can go up to about 32 megabit, or even 64 megabit. I mean, if you get the 64 megabit one, you can even load up, Final Fantasy 6. I'm not sure actually, because did Final Fantasy 6 use one of the effects chips? I'm not sure, because there were a lot of different effects chips. I mean, there was one for Street Fighter Alpha, which actually allowed the machine to decompress sort of content on the fly, because of the fact the game required a lot of information. And then there were ones that were used for, let's say, Pilot Wings, to give you that very basic 3D, like that was used in Mario Kart and Super Mario World. And there was even another version that was used for Yoshi's World, or whatever it's called. Okay, 95%, nearly there. Here we go. That's going to start. Let's start now. Okay, here we go. Now we go. Rockman X. This is a really good little game, actually. It's part of the Mega Man X series. And I'll be honest with you, I'm no Mega Man expert, so I'm not going to even attempt to sound like I know what I'm talking about. But it's a nice game, actually. I mean, you can definitely tell they're trying to take the series forward. But I'll be honest with you, I prefer the old school Mega Man, and that's why they've gone back to it with like Mega Man 9, and especially Mega Man 10, which is coming out, I think sometime this month actually, which I'm really looking forward to. I can't wait to play it. Okay, before I show you Ghouls and Ghosts, here's some of the floppies I got. As you can see, there's rather a lot of them. Ghouls and Ghosts. This one is Final Fight, Mario, Rockman X, Batman Returns. This one is Contra free. There you go. Right, this is what happens when you just literally turn the machine on with a disc on and not do anything. It goes straight into loading, which is really cool actually, because there's no messing around. You just plop it in, turn the machine on, and once it's loaded up, you're straight into the game, which is really cool actually. And the good thing about it is it's on multiple discs. As soon as it's dumped the first disc to it, it will ask you for the next disc, and so and so. I mean, these things could be upgraded. I mean, I wasn't sure if mine was upgraded or not. I think it has got like an extra slot of memory in. Here we go, Ghouls and Ghosts. I've got to say, I've never played the Mega Drive version, and I've heard that I'm not sure which one's the best version. I mean, I think it's between the Mega Drive version or the Super Graphics version. I mean, apparently the Super Graphics version is the best version of this, but it's pretty good actually. I like Ghouls and Ghosts because it's a fun game, it's colourful, it's got lovely music, and it's just so challenging. So, my final thoughts. It's an interesting little device actually, I mean, they're not common, but they're not rare. I mean, if you look on eBay, they don't come up very often, and when they do, they are pretty expensive. It's not something I would recommend, unless, you're an extreme hardcore game collector, or you just want to play your games on floppies instead of cartridges, then yeah, I would recommend it, It's a good little system. I mean, this isn't the best version. I mean, this one, I think it's the Game Doctor SF3, but I think 7 is the best one. I mean, if you can get the 7 version, not pay a fortune for it, then I'd definitely recommend it. It's a David Hasselhoff, Thumb of Approval. I want to thank you all for watching. Until next time, peace out.